Hey guys, it's Marianne with Spirit Team Marianne. So today I'm going to talk about spiritual awakenings. I've had lots of people message me, email me, and ask me what exactly happens when you have a spiritual awakening. Well, there's a lot of confusion. You have a lot of confusion when a spiritual awakening happens. A spiritual awakening is difficult. It is destructive, and it will change your life. Literally, it will change your life. The person who you thought you were, everything you thought you believed, totally shatters. So for example, I have this rice cake, and all these little pieces in this rice cake is you. This is you, what you think you are, everything from being a wife, being a school student, being, a manager at your job, being a mother, being religious. This is you. This is everything you are, everything you believe, everything you hold dear. This is your identity. Your identity. What is that exactly? Your identity is basically your ego. It's what defines you. So this is your identity. When you have a spiritual awakening, this identity, this ego of yours, when it gets to the point of having a spiritual awakening, this is what happens. That's what happens. Just everywhere. Crumbles. Your identity crumbles. You are shattered, and you have no idea what's going on, who you are, what you feel. You feel like you're going crazy. You feel like you don't even know whether you're walking, whether you're sleeping. You're just sort of a zombie. And it's normal. It's absolutely normal. So a spiritual awakening basically destroys your identity. It destroys your whole being. And there's a reason for that, because with a spiritual awakening, what happens is everything that we thought we were, everything that we believed just falls apart. All of a sudden, it just falls apart. And the ego struggles with this. So the ego in your head starts to tell you you're crazy. Oh my gosh, this isn't normal. Oh my gosh, what the heck is going on here? I'm having a mental breakdown. But you're not. You're really not. It's normal. And so everything that happens for a reason. And during that spiritual awakening, the ego has no place to go because it's gone. So you're left with, who am I? What am I doing? What am I feeling? And you have to sort of kind of rebuild yourself. But when you rebuild yourself and create a new identity, ego, it's going to be different. It's going to be totally different. So what you have to do in a spiritual awakening, it's going to cause you to start to look at yourself. It's going to force you to go within and deal with all of your traumas from way, way back. And it could be past life traumas. It can be traumas when you were a child. It doesn't matter. It's going to be every trauma that you have in your life. You're going to have to come face to face with that trauma. Why? Why do you have to? Because we are light workers. And in order to be a light worker, a true light worker, You have to face all of that garbage, all of that baggage, and you need to acknowledge it, you need to deal with it, you need to accept it, you need to own it, and you need to get rid of it. But you have to do it. And every time you take some little thing in your past, whether it was flipping somebody off, or whether it was somebody saying to you, I don't like you, or if it was a divorce, whatever the trauma is that is coming up inside you, you have to deal with it. It doesn't matter how small it is. But every time you deal with that trauma and you let it go, you taking care of all that hurt, all that pain, that little tiny bit allows more light to enter into your body. More light. So every time the weight gets lifted, so do you see? The weight gets lifted, so we become lighter, and it allows you to take in more light, more love. So it is absolutely necessary. It is traumatic. It's not easy. And anyone that says, oh, I had my spiritual awakening and oh yeah, it was a breeze, it didn't take long and they have not had a true spiritual awakening. Because a true spiritual awakening is traumatic. It is difficult, and you have no idea if what you're going through is real, is normal. It's frightening. It can be very frightening, and it's okay. It's okay. So, I do offer spiritual guidance, and I do offer help with spiritual awakenings. If you're going through it, you don't have to go through it alone. You can contact me and we can come up with something, and you can progress. You can get through it. Trust me, you'll get through it. I didn't have anyone to talk to because, there was no one understood. People don't understand when you're going through a spiritual awakening. So you feel alone. People understand that it's normal. You need to understand it's normal. You just do. And, other light workers, other people that have gone through it, for everybody it's different. It's the same process, but for everyone it's different. But there are people that understand. It's just really, really difficult to find people that will listen. Because a spiritual awakening is difficult. It's different. We all go through it differently, but it's not fast. It is just not fast. It's not quick, and it's not easy. Anyway, if you're having issues with your spiritual awakening, let me know. I would be more than honored to help in any way I possibly can. And if you have any questions, feel free. Feel free to email me, and I'll do the best I can to help you out. But you'll be fine. It's going to be difficult, extremely difficult. But on the other end of it, it's going to be amazing. Absolutely amazing.